Hello, everyone. Today we are going to be looking into His Royal Highness William, Prince of Wales, and Megsy. While we're doing this is we're trying to get a better bearing on basically the energies and how things are going to play out as they stand right at this particular moment in time. If we've got time in this reading, we're going to look at how Harry feels about William as well. But we're going to start off with Megsy. Now, if you're new here, I work in layers. I will do one layer for Megsy. I'll use a Celtic Cross spread. I'll use different decks. And I'm going to then put a layer for William. And then we're going to have a look at Harry, potentially. We're going to start with Megsy. See how she is feeling about her brother-in-law. Oh, and look, that card was the wrong way around now, and upside down, I should say, and the wrong way around. So for me, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse is a very Megsy card. I shall put it back in, and let's have a look and see how she's faring. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse, well, it's all about not being able to stand on your own merit, not being able to be grounded, and being uncontent with your lot in life and looking at others and wishing you had what they got. So yeah, very Megsy, very, very Megsy. We're going to look at William, and then we're going to look at Harry. So we're going to start with Megsy. If you're new here, please subscribe, and everyone, if you can leave me a like, a comment, share my videos about it, really helps my channel out. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. Let us begin with Megan. Now, Megan is a Leo, as you are well aware, and she is also, I forget what moon she is. I think she's Cancer moon. I think. But we shall have a look into Megatron. Let us see how she currently feels about Prince William. Let's have a look. Oh, she feels very broken off from the royal. She's very unhappy. She feels very distant, very excluded. I would say with the 10 of Cups being in reverse straight off the bat, she feels very isolated from the family unit. And I think she's going to try and make a lot of it. Because this is what is at the center. We'll know her thoughts when we get later in the spread, but this is at the center. This is at the start. So she knows there's a fractured family. She knows there's issues there. She knows. I don't know if she knows she caused these issues, but she certainly knows how to play on any issues and try and get and finesse her way to what she wants. But we know it doesn't always work for her at all. She peaked at that wedding day, to be honest. Let's have a look. And I think if she comments on William or does anything about William, straight away she will say he is causing the fractures with the 10 of Cups in reverse from her perspective. But that's what she wants us to think. And we have Justice crossing over. It's not fair. She wants William to suffer in a way. That Justice card crossing over, she feels like there is an unfairness and a balance that needs to be addressed. That Justice card can also relate energetically to a Libra. Now, we know there's a few Libras in Megsy's life. One of them, of course, is Gavin Newsom. The other is Serena Williams. And I'm sure there's another one, and I forget them off the top of my head. Let's see what's above the situation. Okay, we know that's okay. I understand that she has finished today what we want to know about her. She has finished recording her How to Make Scam Jam series for Griftflix. That was today. Let's see what's underneath the situation. she's really not happy. She really isn't happy. She can't get things together. She can't bring things together and make it flow for herself when it comes to William, and by extension, Her Royal Highness Catherine, Princess of Wales. She can't bring her stuff together to smear them. We also, there's potentially, she's got issues with the Sagittarius as well. The Temperance card relates to the sun sign Sagittarius. So there's that as well. Okay, let's see what's leaving the situation. Sometimes the cards aren't really that exciting. The Prince of Cups. I always think, you know, that she always had, well, I know. I mean, we've got photos to prove it, but she always had a little bit of a soft spot for William, you know. Only because of the fact that William, well, he is the better looking brother. Sorry, sugars. And he is also the one who is in line to the throne and a lot further up the food chain in the royal family than Preparation H. So there's that. There is that. So I think that there's a little bit of a rebuff there as well. Okay. You rejected me. So I think you might have, you know, rejected her. Okay, 3 of Wands coming up in the near future. Oh, there we go. What's on her mind? See, the 5 of Pentacles is the classic Megsy card. Oh, us poor unfortunate souls. We're stuck out here in California in our 15-bedroom mansion with ample parking and 16 toilets. It's amazing. Give over. She is feeling very sorry for herself. Like, yeah. Times are hard, and it's all William's fault that we ended up here. Oh my God. Whatever. What's surrounding her? The Hierophant in reverse. She really blames, well, she does. She blames William for a lot of things. Now, don't get me wrong. Catherine is her nemesis because, well, Catherine is Catherine and Meghan is Meghan. So there's that as well. There is that. The Hierophant in reverse, it can relate to a Taurus, but it also relates to structures and power structures and established learning institutions, monarchy, stuff like that. Stuff that's kind of like historic and has traditions. What we have here, though, I know America is pretty new country. You're going to be 248 on Thursday. Congratulations. But Hollywood is pretty much an established tradition in America. And we have the card of creativity and bringing things in and things flowing smoothly in reverse underneath because things are not flowing smoothly. And we also have this here, the Hierophant in reverse. So she blames William, a lot of William, on the fact that Hollywood doesn't like her. Because you remember, William's just been photographed at a Taylor Swift concert. David Beckham wishing him a happy birthday. The people who provide, like, I think, is it like some branch of Homeland Security or the security services that cover, yeah, they even said happy birthday to William this year. So a lot of establishments and a lot of things that she would like to be in has been. Isn't she just like Hyacinth Bouquet, right? But woke. She is. She's like, if you don't know who Hyacinth Bouquet is, Google it. There used to be a TV show here in the UK. I'm pretty sure it's went around the world. But basically, it was this lady who threw away her roots, or yeah, and tried to kind of finesse her way in society. So she's just a really woke, more Machiavellian version of Hyacinth Bouquet. And this scam Jan thing is just her version of candlelight suppers and fine dining, darling. My goodness. The 3 of Wands, The Three of Wands is in reverse, and the Three of Wands is coming up. There is going to be some fractures. There's going to be some things that she is not going to like. That's going to be in the next few weeks, and these are from other places. So she's not going to be able to get something together. She's not going to be able to get something done as much as she wants. So are we expecting a attempted smear on William or the Wales family coming up? And it's not going to get any traction. It's going to fail. It's going to be a bit of a blink, can you miss it moments? Or is it going to hit and it's going to get ripped apart? Because people who are meant to be helping her with it do not want to do it. And that could be what she's doing now. Okay, let's see what she's hoping for. Not to make it. What she's hoping for is she doesn't want everything to go wrong. She's very worried financially. She's very worried about success. She's worried about bringing everything into her at the right time. And if we know anything from Megsy and Harry and all of that lot, we know that Megsy can't bring it on in. There's not a lot here that I wasn't particularly expecting, apart from that Knight of Cups leaving. Ooh, she got a little bit romantic feelings for William. The one that got away. Well, he wasn't available, was he, dear? We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. That Queen of Wands in reverse, she's going to try and do something with William, and it's not going to get traction, and she's going to get she's going to try and do something. She's going to try and be the one, be that woman, and it's going to fail. That Queen of Wands in reverse, she's going to fail. Time frames we're looking at, well, these people live very full lives, especially when I'm reading the royals, reading celebrities and royals and stuff. Things happen quicker than we do. So normally in a tarot reading, this would be in the next 3 to 6 months. This would be in 6 to 12 months. That's the future. But this can happen in weeks. This can happen shorter time. This could be by the end of the year, to be honest with you. That Queen of Wands in reverse, she's either going to meet her match with another Queen of Wands energy. Now, the Queen of Wands energy, it relates to fire signs. So you're looking at Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. There's quite a few to choose from with the royals. You've got Anne, Princess Anne. You have got Beatrice and Eugenie. Anne is a Leo, Beatrice is a Leo, and Eugenie is, of course, an Aries. So there's those people. Taylor Swift is a Sagittarius. So that could be Taylor. But there is a further burn coming, and she's not going to like it. Now, whether it's from them or whether it's something she does to herself, she's got quite a track record of doing things to herself. What I mean by that is, like, she very much creates her own luck by wishing everybody else bad luck, which is, it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy, that, isn't it? All right, let's have a look at William. How are you doing, William boy? My man. Let's have a look. How are you feeling about Megatron? Nothing? Is he not bothered? What cards will come out? Let's have a look. He thinks they're going to fail. So the very thing that Megsy is concerned about, he thinks they are done in Hollywood, to be honest. He thinks Meghan is going to fail at it. That's how he's seeing her right now. He thinks she's going to try and bring money in. She's trying to establish a brand, and it will all rot before she's had time to call that energy in. I think William's more clued up on what goes on in Hollywood, well, regarding the Harkles than the actual Harkles, to be honest. Because Tom Cruise is friends with William, so is Taylor Swift, and there are lots of, I think, wasn't he with, I know a lot of people won't like him. He ran for the Democrats. He's like a billionaire dude. He had something to do with 9/11 afterwards. Oh, I forget his name. He's a bit shorter than William, but then again, most of the population of England's a bit shorter than William. I can't remember his name. What was his name? Bloom something. Do you know who I mean? Mike Bloomberg. There you go. It takes a while for the brain to rev up. So, I mean, these people talk. These people will know, you know. Okay, you want to come out. I'll drop you down. Let's see what's crossing over. The Hierophant. William is tied to duty and tradition, and he is keeping it going. This is what is crossing it over when it comes to dealing with Megsy. Traditions, and as Americans will know, and somebody did point out to me the other day, fact wrangler, that there was something in the Constitution that had to get changed in America, and it took over 200 years. Basically, it appeared when the Constitution, right around the time was the Constitution was written, but it took 200 odd years, and somebody writing an academic paper to get it ratified and into the Constitution, of course, on the votes and stuff. If I've botched that somewhere, please correct me. I don't want to get things wrong like that. I don't want to offend anyone. It's just my way of thinking. And the reason I'm saying that is because that's the same thing with the monarchy, because it's part of the establishment of Britain. I think there are things William wants to do regarding Harry and his wife, but he is potentially weighed down by government, the church, because you've got to remember his father, King Charles III, bless him, he's head of the Church of England as well. And although England and Britain is still Christian countries, there's not a lot of, I would say, church attendance has been in a decline for a long time, but I don't necessarily think or believe that doesn't stop people from being Christians. I just think that there is a lot of other things that we forget the royals are involved with. They're also head of the armed services. Yeah, so there's a lot of institutions and a lot of people that any action from the royal family could potentially affect, and they would have a stake in that particular outcome. I think they're waiting on something. I think William's really eager to go, though. I think he's just as frustrated as some of you guys and me in the comments. You're like, why doesn't anyone do anything? And I think there is this element that he wants. They're willing, but there's so many hoops. There's so many hoops that they have to jump through. Those constitutional experts and everything. I'm sure King Charles had it was reported that he's just seen one recently in the last few weeks. What's above the situation? The Hermit in reverse. There he is, Prince Harry, the Virgo. What I think William finds completely unforgivable is the betrayal by his brother and the corrupt behavior from his brother and the way his brother has acted. Remember that Megsy has only ever fired really 1 or 2 shots. One of the shots was that she put out there with her own words. One of the shots was in the Oprah interview. The other shot was, I think it was in the Cut article, but that wasn't necessarily directly at William. However, that Hermit in reverse, William knows that Megsy will have driven the stupid one to write Spare, the contents of Spare, and everything within it. So there's that, the Hermit in reverse. So what's known about the situation is William is detached from the Virgo. The Hermit relates to a Virgo. That Virgo is Harry. And it can also relate to that he thinks they are being incredibly stupid and are getting bad advice as well. Let's have a look and see what's underneath. The Emperor, he is 100% that he is supporting his father, and he is supported by his father. I think he really doesn't like Meghan. He really doesn't like Meghan. We've got 2 big monarchy cards here. We've got 2 big how society functions cards here as well. If you look at it that way, the Emperor is all about structure and building and bringing things in, being methodical. It can also relate to a father, a king-like figure. and an Aries. Could be an Aries, but in this context, we're talking about the royals as a family. I'm going to say that William is 100% and completely behind King Charles and is supported by King Charles. I think they're both on the same page here when it comes to the Harkles. He is hurt by Harry's and Meghan's actions, and he has had some grief around it, but I think he's done. He's completely done. I've been saying it for ages. He's done. I think that could well be everything that's been happening with Catherine, with all the trolling. And I feel that's actually more what has hurt him, that lost the grief. I think he was done, but they kind of went lower with the troll farms and the bots. So William knows exactly who and what was behind those. Don't ever think not. Okay, so we've got the 8 of Wands here for William. There's going to be a lot of news. There's going to be a bit of a buzz coming around. The 3 of Wands is in reverse for Meghan, so potentially. I want to go back to what I was saying about how Meghan's only done 2 things, right? And just clear it up before somebody comments. Meghan has only done 2 things in public and put her name behind it. She's left everything else to puff pieces. She's left everything else to Harry's spare book, Harry's interviews around spare book, interviews from Ingrifftus. If you notice, when they did Ingrifftus, Harry was the one that talked. Meghan doesn't speak. She gets other people to do her speaking. Think Omid Scabies and all of that, and that weird guy on Newsweek, all of those things. She gets people to bat for her position, to create her influence. And that takes a lot of energy to get other people to speak for you. So all she's doing is doom scrolling on social media. She wants to cause a stink. But William is aware. Now, when we've got the 8 of Wands, that's a lot of messages going backwards and forwards. That could well be with... There is going to be a changing of the guards here in the UK on Thursday, potentially. I say potentially. We're going to be looking at a new government. It's going to be quite a busy time. And I think William is going to have, not only is he going to be supporting Catherine, and he's going to be supporting His Majesty King Charles III as well. So there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of kind of kinetic energy coming in, a lot of messages. That could well be some puff pieces in the press that are potentially targeting William and Catherine, the Wales family, and the rest of his family as well. But it could be a very positive thing as well. There might be some very good news around William because it's all go. Let's see what's on his mind when it comes to Megsy. We've got the Lovers, okay. And we've got the 6 of Swords in reverse. He doesn't want them to come near him. The Lovers. I don't think, and I know you're going to believe this, I don't think William even thinks of her now. I think he blames his brother more than anything else. And he's cleared, because the healing for him, he's cleared the hurt in his heart with the Lovers, because the Lovers is a great healing card. He's clearing the hurt in his heart from all of the trauma that's happened to him this year. Just this year alone. I mean, the lad suffered a lot in his life, and he's got a beautiful wife and 3 gorgeous kids. But this year has probably been a very testing year for him. And we're all about home, family, healing. So he doesn't think of Meghan. He only sees Meghan through the prism of what his brother's done. The 6 of Swords here, I think William's blocked them. I think William's blocked him. No more contact. He's blocked something. He's blocked some travel plans they had. Or Harry had. I don't think William thinks of Meghan at all, to be honest. I think Meghan thought of him back in the day. William never thought of her like that. The Star, what he's hoping for is healing. And that goes back to the Lovers card. He's hoping for a new just to focus on his wife, focus on the kids, focus on his father. We've got the father underneath. He just wants health and happiness. There is no, I think he's done. I think he's done with his brother. Let's have a look and see what's leaving, coming in. Yeah, I feel like there is going to be a Leo. That Queen of Wands is a Leo. I think Megsy is going to try something. That Queen of Wands in reverse. The Strength card is a Leo in reverse, a Leo, and it's in reverse. So that, well, could be Megsy trying something. So she does come into it. William, I hate to say this to you, Megan, doesn't think of you. He's thinking of his wife, and he's thinking of healing. There's a potential energy with an Aquarius there. That's giving Auntie Sophie vibes, to be honest. She's an Aquarius Duchess, an Aquarian Queen. You always need a good few air signs in the royals. Strategic thinkers. Prince Philip was a Gemini, so he was another air sign in the royals. I think he was the only air sign for a while. I don't know what Princess Anne's husband is. I think it's a Tim. I can't remember what he is. But that Strength card in reverse, there's an issue with a Leo. There's an issue with a Leo. Fire sign and a Leo. And we're talking about Megsy. So I feel like Megsy's going to try something. And I think William is at the point where there's a lot of noise. It just rolls off his back now. And I know this year has been hard for him, but this year, to be honest, is probably the pressure cooker he needs in a sense, because even though it's hard and difficult for all of them, and it's scary, Cancer is scary, especially when it's somebody as close as your father and your wife. I think he had a steel backbone before, but it's now steel and titanium. It's the hardest thing now. He's got that. I think he's went from British stiff upper lip to reinforced steel skeleton. I think he's fine with those slings and arrows that potentially Megatron could send him. Now let us have a look at Harry. I'll keep this quick because I can see the time. I've been on for half an hour, and I know you people will don't want to keep you too long. Let's have a look. So Megsy is still plotting and going to try and blame William and by extension Catherine in the Wales family of something. They're probably, do you know what they're waiting on? And I think they're waiting for Catherine to come out and say, oh, I've got a clean bill of health, and then they'll start. There'll be no let up. That's what they're going to do. And I feel like William knows this. William knows this. So let me have a look and see. I'm using the garbage pail kids, but always on Harry. Let's have a look. Six of coins in reverse. Oh, Harry. Oh, Harry. Why do you think you deserve to take something from William? It's a financial thing. Things are out of balance. Things are not fair. Is this the Duchy of Cornwall? Now William's got all of that responsibility. You don't see it as responsibility, do you? He just thinks it. He just thinks it's money. He just thinks, you know, oh, the wife will shut up if I had all that money to buy her a Dior dress and extra things. We wouldn't have to, like, go on Netflix then. Yeah. So, me. And the Hierophant is crossing over. So Harry is potentially blaming, or feels like the Hierophant is blocking his relationship with his brother. The monarchy and tradition is blocking. You gave it all up, Harry. That's the problem here. You gave it all up. And you can't just take bits and parts of it that suit you. It doesn't. A family, no one's family works like that. No one's family works like that. What we have above is the Page of Swords. So he's feeling like the press are after him at the minute, and it's potentially something to do with William. No. If you destroyed court documents, that's on you. If you destroyed documents that were going to be potentially in a trial, that is on you. If you finessed yourself into the SB Awards and got a Pat Tillman Award and didn't even consult her mother, the Epsbys didn't even consult Pat Tillman's mother, Mary, that's on you. So you're gonna get chopsy press, you're gonna get pushback. This guy's all over the internet, I'm telling you. He's completely confused. He's got so many irons in the fire, he doesn't know what he wants. And what I mean by irons in the fire, he's gaslighting himself because not everything is for everyone. I'll give you an example. My gran wanted me to be an opera singer. I mean, no. Not gonna happen. And even when you try and when you are doing stuff, I wanted to be very hands-on in a therapist, and I was for many, many years. But unfortunately, I got ill, to be honest. I always did tarot and oracles and reader and psychic, but I wanted to like really get hands-on, you know. But that was that. Now that hands-on thing, you know, standing for hours a day teaching and massaging and reflexology and aromatherapy, that for me is something I can't do in the way that I used to do it and the way that I want to do it, you know. But he thinks he can do anything and everything, and he's confusing himself. This is why we shouldn't have participation trophies. The pair of them are the reason. If anyone does participation trophies, you know, look at Harry and Meghan. It doesn't work. It really doesn't work. What we have here is the Knight of Wands in reverse, and yeah, there's Megsy, angry. Knight of Wands, full of hell when it comes to William. So she has really influenced Harry over William. I now don't get me wrong. I think Harry was very jealous of William from when he was conceived. That's what he's always been like. They've always had a difficult relationship. And I feel like when Harry was with William, Harry was very anti Queen Camilla when he was younger, and William obviously grew up. And I think Harry always needs somebody to blame for his misfortunes in life. And I think that's always been something and someone, from the energy I get, and also from the stuff that we get off the royals, the things that Diana said while she was alive, and the behaviors that he's exhibited and patterns that he's exhibited since then. Okay, let's see what's coming up with regarding the brothers. Oh, right, we're going to get, William threw me out of the family. Whoa. 10 of Cups in reverse. That also was the first starting card for Meghan's point. Ugh. What we have here is the King of Wands. We got the King of Wands the other day for him. Does he really think that Piers Morgan, for example, because Piers Morgan's just done a really good, I hate to say it because I'm still annoyed at him for him platforming all of those hate conspiracy people. Could he think that William is somehow responsible for Pierce's opinions? I mean, Piers is a flip-flopping, but enough about him. And here we have the Seven of Pentacles again. Megsy was worried about it. William knows it's happening. And Meghan is disconnected from reality because it's failing. That's what's surrounding him. It is failing. That King of Wands there. Now, it could be a fire sign male. It doesn't have to be Piers Morgan. Not everything in the universe is Piers Morgan. But he does kind of like do a lot of commentary on the royals. And he is a massive gob on the world stage. So it could well be someone else. It could be a Sagittarius. I think we've got Getty. We've also got, of course, Jay-Z. Who else is a fire sign around her? Is scabies a fire sign? I can't remember. I cannot remember. That King of Wands. He's very passionate about it, though, isn't he? What's he scared of? The Five of Swords. He's worried that he's got all of his details right. He's worried that nothing's been taken out of context. He's scared about something when it comes to William. I'm telling you, I did a reading on what was in those documents, and like I'm sure he's tried to written. He wrote. I'll speak the Queen's English. He wrote the King's English. Sorry, something about William and Catherine in that book, in those drafts, and the publishers went, we can't go with that. It's too much. We'll get sued from here to next year. Can't do that. He's worried about the details coming out. That could be that. Okay. Who are you? The Nine of Cups. Whew, look at me. Isn't it Jen from Real Housewives recaps? I can't speak now. I'm running out of voice. Isn't it Jen from Real Housewives recaps who does all that? Look at me. It's really funny. I like Real Housewives recaps. The Nine of Cups there, this smuggy Mick Smuggerton, this could be the award. This could be the award. Look at me. It's going to go wrong. But he's going to try and definitely. Let me pull another card for that. Ah, yeah. There is an award. I'm going to pull another one. He's weighing it up in the balance, though, at the minute. I think this is about the Tillman Award. He is going to get something good he can crow about eventually. But while that is happening, you've got the Queen of Wands in reverse. So he's going to be like, oh, good. Something good's finally happened to me. Oh, yeah, yeah, Megan, look, we're great. And she's going to be, it's not fair. Somebody said my clothes were rubbish. So yeah, we've got the Two of Swords there, weighing something up. Potentially a Libra is going to try and influence something. Like I said, Libra, that's Serena, isn't it? It's a minor thing, though. That's it. Like if you're thinking of a Libra, you'd get the Queen of Swords, or you particularly for Serena, every card has a star sign attached to it. I don't think Harry really weighs things up, so I'm going to go with a Libra's influence there with the Two of Swords, trying to balance things and measure things out and do it through how feeling it rather than looking at it, and like not being able to see which way to go. Is kind of like, oh, do I do this? Do I do that? And we've got the Ace of Pentacles there, so he's going to get something. So yeah, by the look of things, they could well be going to the awards, or he will be going. But there is more stuff than that. There might be another award, to be honest with you. There's going to be something where he's feeling very smug and self-satisfied later on. But that's what I've got for you guys. What do you think? What do you see in the cards? Is there anything else you would like to add? Anything you want to take away? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you've made it this far, leave me some blue hearts, either light blue or dark blue. Light blue if you're voting in the general election tomorrow. And dark blue for the Wales family, or a mix of both for everything. Thank you all very much again, and I will see you really soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.